This is part 5 of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com. The 5th edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald, part 5, quatrains 81 to 101. Quatrain 81. O thou, who man of baser earth didst make, and even with paradise devise the snake, for all the sin wherewith the face of man is blackened, man's forgiveness give and take. Quatrain 82. As under cover of departing day slunk hunger-stricken Ramazan away, once more within the potter's house alone I stood, surrounded by the shapes of clay. Quatrain 83. Shapes of all sorts and sizes, great and small, that stood along the floor and by the wall, and some loquacious vessels were, and some listened perhaps, but never talked at all. Quatrain 84. Said one among them, surely not in vain my substance of the common earth was ta'en, and to this figure moulded to be broke, or trampled back to shapeless earth again. Quatrain 85. Then said a second, never a peevish boy would break the bowl from which he drank in joy, and he that with his hand the vessel made will surely not in after wrath destroy. Quatrain 86. After a momentary silence spake some vessel of a more ungainly make, they sneer at me for leaning all awry. What? Did the hand then of the potter shake? Quatrain 87. Whereat some one of the loquacious lot, I think a sooty pipkin waxing hot, all this of pot and potter, tell me then, who is the potter, pray, and who the pot? Quatrain 88. Why, said another, some there are who tell of one who threatens he will toss to hell the luckless pots he marred in making. Pish! He's a good fellow, and 'twill all be well. Quatrain 89. Well, murmured one, let whoso make or buy, my clay with long oblivion is gone dry, but fill me with the old familiar juice, methinks I might recover by and by. Quatrain 90. So while the vessels one by one were speaking, the little moon looked in that all were seeking, and then they jogged each other. Brother, brother, now for the porter's shoulders not a creaking. Quatrain 91. Ah, with the grape my fading life provide, and wash the body whence the life has died, and lay me shrouded in the living leaf by some not unfrequented garden side. Quatrain 92. That even buried ashes such a snare of vintage shall fling up into the air, as not a true believer passing by, but shall be overtaken unaware. Quatrain 93. Indeed, the idols I have loved so long have done my credit in this world much wrong, have drowned my glory in a shallow cup, and sold my reputation for a song. Quatrain 94. Indeed, indeed, repentance oft before I swore, but was I sober when I swore? and then came spring, and rose in hand my threadbare penitence a pieces tore. XCV. And much as wine has played the infidel, and robbed me of my robe of honour, well, I wonder often what the vintners buy, one half so precious as the stuff they sell. XCVI. Yet, that spring should vanish with the rose, that youth's sweet-scented manuscript should close, the nightingale that in the branches sang, whence and whither flown again, who knows? XCVII. Would but the desert of the fountain yield one glimpse, if dimly, yet indeed revealed, to which the fainting traveller might spring, as springs the trampled herbage of the field. XCVIII. Would but some winged angel ere too late arrest the yet unfolded roll of fate, and make the stern recorder otherwise enregister or quite obliterate. XCIX. Love! Could you and I with him conspire to grasp this sorry scheme of things entire, would not we shatter it to bits, and then remould it nearer to the heart's desire? CX. Yon rising moon that looks for us again, how oft hereafter will she wax and wane, how oft hereafter rising look for us through this same garden, and for one in vain. CI. And when like her, O Saki, you shall pass among the guests star scattered on the grass, and in your joyous errand reach the spot where I made one turn down an empty glass. Tamam. End of Part 5. End of the 5th edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. Recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com.